Survivors we are, survivors we are. Are you ready for the journey? Crohn's Karim is the name, yes indeed. Survivors we are.
Hi, Crohn's Karim here. Having lived with Crohn's disease for 25 years, I kind of have a feeling my spider sense kicks in and I'll know if I'm not quite feeling myself or if a full flare-up might be on the horizon. When you live with a chronic illness, you can pretty much tell if it's about to affect you. And like a computer, when it feels something might not be quite right, it might run an antivirus program or fail to load into Windows and run in safe mode. And I use the computer analogy clearly because I'm a nerd and a geek. So I too have become aware before a flare-up and I'm not quite myself. I go into that preservation or safe mode. Like I said in my previous vlog, I've upset my hernia, causing a little bit of tension around my digestive system. So in order to avoid a flare-up and putting too much pressure on my digestive system, I need to run my safe mode protocol and run my safe mode program for the next few days in order to avoid a huge flare-up and major pain-related problems. Usually I would have fried eggs on toast, baked beans, tomatoes, sausages and all manner of fry-up specialities. But when I'm faced with this safe mode situation, I keep the calorie content but make it lighter and easier to go down and digest. So what I do is I beat a couple of eggs, add twice the amount of milk, add some grated cheese if I have it, pour that into a saucepan on a very low heat and add 2 or 3 knobs of butter and slowly mix it up as it's warm until it gets into kind of a watered version of scrambled eggs. And then I'll pour that onto my toast, making everything a little soft, a little mushy and easier to go down. That's because I like eggs and I like toast, but you probably got your own stuff that you like, but that's what I do. Lunchtime, normally I'd have tuna, egg mayonnaise in a baguette or a small stir fry with cooked veg and some meats. But whilst I'm in this safe mode, I'll make like a chicken broth on noodles with no meat or veg pieces. And in the evening, I usually have like a carb with jacket potatoes, chips, rice, pasta, topped with some kind of sauce with some veg and meat or chicken and fish. But again, when I'm in safe mode, I'd either go with the soup version but blended down or a lentil substitute. Again, lots of water. And just to keep my electrolytes good, I'll double up my Diarrhea drink and have plenty of salty snacks to keep things balanced. I'll also avoid any major non-urgent movement, I think I've said that right, and stick to kind of a physiotherapy routine throughout the day, a couple of stretches, a couple of pulls, just to keep everything moving, but not actually, overdoing it. So keeping things active, but without the strain of forcing myself when I'm not paying too much attention, which can happen in your basic daily routines. Like when you're driving, you're concentrating on the road. You're not thinking about how much cramp you've got until you've finished and you're like, oh, that hurts. I think the same thing can happen when you're doing DIY driving, like I mentioned, fitness routines, playing football, squash, gym. You don't really realise the pain until you've stopped doing that movement. And even sitting down, if you sit down for too long and you're engrossed in a movie or a book, you don't really know how much pain you are until you start to move and you're like, oh, my food hasn't gone down. So try and avoid that, but stick to some kind of, stick to some kind of physio thing. And lying down as well. If you lie down too much, you can be exhausted, you can feel drained. I do anyway. But lying down too much as well can add to more discomfort. So I've got to make sure that I'm not limiting movement of my digestive system. So yeah, a little bit of rest, but not too much. And I'll do that routine for about a week and then reassess. If things have got a bit better, then I'll gradually go back for the next week, back into my normal routine. To be fair, it beats taking painkillers and medication and can avoid mental exhaustion. Knowing I have a plan in place, I can avoid the hospital and medical care. It's about taking control. It's your body. It's reassuring to have a safe mode and keep track for better health and better mind. Corim out.
Survivors we are.